Hey students, Miss Z here, and today I'm going to show you what the difference is between your HISD Google and your regular Google, as well as how to access your email. So here goes. The first thing that you need to find out is when you click on your little profile picture, what does it say? If it says sign in, then you're not signed in to any Gmail account. This one has my personal Gmail account on it. And you can see down here that you can add other accounts. You may already be signed in with your personal account. You may be signed in with your HISD account. Now remember, with your HISD account, it does not have Gmail mail. You only have access to all of the other tools. So when you're in your HISD account, you won't see Gmail because our email is through Microsoft. And I'll touch on that in a minute. If you don't see your HISD account, you can simply add another account. You can also do this with your personal Gmail. Remember, your HISD account is a Google account. Even though it doesn't come with Gmail, it's still a Google account. Then it will redirect you to a page that looks like this. Your username and password are going to look a little bit different than mine. You have to put student \s, then add your student ID number. Then type out @online.houstonisd.org. It has to be exactly like this or it's not going to work. Your password would then be your 8-digit birthday. Once you get your username and password in there, press sign in, verify that it's you. And now when you go up here, you will see your personal account as well as your HISD account. Remember, when you go into your HISD account, you will not see mail. That is because your email is through Microsoft Office. To get to your email, you will go to office365.houstonisd.org. Then you will log in. Your username and password are the same, so make sure you're typing it in just like this. Otherwise, it won't work. Once you get into your email, you will see all your Microsoft tools that you have at your fingertips, including Teams. Teams is really important because we'll be using that a lot to connect with you. Here's your Outlook. So you'll simply click on this and be able to get into your email. It is very important that when you email a teacher, you use your HISD email so that it's very professional. One thing that I've seen students struggle with in the past is how to send a professional email. So here's some tips for you. First of all, you put your address of who you're sending it to in there. You would add the subject. This is how you attach a file. You can browse your computer or you can upload it from Microsoft. Most of the time I use Google Tools, so most often mine will be in the Google Drive. You could download it from the Google Drive and save it on your computer, or I could just simply share the link in the email. Make sure that you always put a subject. That's really important. So if I'm emailing a teacher, I might say question about the history project. That way, my teacher knows what I'm asking about. Keep in mind, you are not writing this to a friend. So when you are writing this, it needs to sound somewhat formal. For example, even if you know your teacher's first name, never use first names. Always address them with a Mr. or Miss before them. So I'm going to write to my favorite history teacher, Miss Ziegler. Of course she's my favorite, right? I'm a little biased. Anyway, you could just put her name, or you could say, hello, Miss Ziegler. You could say dear, however you want to address that, but make sure that you have their name in the very beginning. It's very unprofessional to just be like, hey, I would like, no, don't do that. Because already that teacher knows that you don't know how to write a proper email. So show them that you do. So you could say, hello, Miss Ziegler. Always have an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. So introduction, why are you writing this? I have a quick question. How do we insert a timeline into the Google slide presentation? All right, so there is my introduction. Now, notice that I spelled this wrong, so make sure that you're proofreading your email to make sure that you have these words spelled right and that it looks really good. Then I might go on to say, I tried to do it last night and I forgot, or I was having trouble finding the right tool to use, something like that, okay? Whatever your problem is. So this part could be your introduction, this part can be your body, it doesn't have to be long, and then you're going to write a conclusion. Thank you so much for your help. I hope you are having a great day. And then sign your name. Make sure that you're always thanking them for helping you. I mean, it is our job to help you, right? But you shouldn't come across as snotty or, get back to me right away. I need this information pronto. No, just be nice. Everyone likes to receive a nice email, not a nasty one. So there you go. That's how you would do it. And then you would press send. Once again, to attach, you would go up here and find your file to attach it. You can also press send up here. If you want to be really fancy, you could go over here to settings and click view all Outlook settings, and then you can make a signature. This would appear on all of your emails. You would simply click on compose and reply, and here is where you create your email signature. For your email signature, what's really cool is that you can change the fonts in here. So for example, I could make this bold. Oh, you could insert a picture. I could put my Bitmoji in here. That's so exciting. You can change the color. All right, here are your fonts. Boom. Ha, I can. Oh, that's so exciting. And then make it a little bit smaller. Perfect. So that can be my signature line. And then you can say automatically include on new messages that I compose and automatically include my signature on messages I forward and reply. And here's some other settings down here. And then press save. When you open a new message, you will see that your signature is there and it will automatically be added to a new email so that you don't forget to put a signature. Kind of cool. Don't forget, this is how you access your OneDrive. This is similar to Google Drive. It's just through Microsoft. You can use either one. Word, Excel, all your tools are here. One other thing that I wanted to show you real quick is that here you can see I am in my HISD Google, but here I'm in my personal Google. That can happen. If I go back to Google while I'm in my personal Google, you will notice that it switches to personal Google. And when I go to my tools, these will be all of my personal tools. So what I would need to do is switch to my HISD account if that's the one I want. You could also switch to your HISD account up here if you want the whole thing to be HISD. That would be fine too. But it really doesn't matter as long as you pay attention to which one you're in. Now, when you go into Google Tools, you will notice that here are our options. Here is your Drive. Drive is something I use a ton, and I have a video on how to keep yourself organized if you want to check that out. What I would specifically do is have a folder that says Virtual Learning 2020 and have folders in here with each one of your classes. That would be a really good idea so that you can keep your work separated. Another thing that I have found that's very useful is that if I am sent links, sometimes someone will share a link with you. Your teachers especially might share a link with you. If it's shared directly to your Gmail, then it will be in this shared with me area. However, sometimes I still have a problem finding it. I made a Google slide called my teacher planner, and this is what I go over in the digital notebook. But for example, this calendar link, I don't have that in my drive. Like I don't own that. Someone else made it. So I put it in here so that I will always have quick access to it and I don't have to search for it in a drive that's just full of other stuff. So that might be an option for you as well. Or you could have, if this said history, I might have a file in here that is all of the links that my history teacher gives me. It's imperative during virtual learning that you stay organized. It's so important because there's nothing more frustrating than not being able to find something that you know you have in your drive. Another way that you'll know that this is your HISD drive is right here. We'll have HISD powered by Google up there in the corner. Also, you notice that you have access to docs, sheets, and slides right here. Google Meet, we probably won't be using that very much. You have a Google Calendar if you're a digital Google type person, and all of these apps here at your disposal. And that's it for this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure and do so and click those notifications so that you don't miss a thing. Also, check out the playlist that this video is in. I will be making a back to school student playlist with all of your tech needs. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, and thank you so much for listening.